Hey, Bill Grant.
How you doing?
All right. I'm doing great, my friend. Hey, we're going to continue part 2 with Bill Grant, Mr. America, Mr. World, on Dr. Dusa's Iron Hour. The famous Bill Grant. I have him here now. Hey, Bill. We had some great. We had to continue because it just wasn't enough yesterday. You have. I'll probably have you on some other time. Maybe we'll have you on semi regularly. Hey, listen. We left off on some good stuff, but I had a note I made here. I wanted you to talk about a real pioneer, and you were involved in this contest. I think it was the 1977 AAU Mr. America with run by the man Ken Sprague, of course, and I remember I'll just mention one thing and then I'll let you take it from there. I remember in the magazine in a parade you riding an elephant, or were you on the float or the elephant?
I was on the float. Ken Waller and Dave Dupree were on the elephant. It was me, Tony Pearson, my girlfriend was on the float with me. And I think there was one other bodybuilder on that float. Hey. That was the real big thing,
Well, Bill, tell us how that all started. Like how Ken Sprague got the whole idea about all that, because he was an entertainer like you were.
Yeah, he was. He really was. He thought bodybuilding should be entertaining. Another guy. He says, yes, it's a great sport. I mean, it's nice to see, but now you put in a little entertainment in it. Now it's really great. And Ken thought about this, and he was telling me about this thing. But he didn't think it was going to be that big. In all honesty, we talked about it. By the way, before I continue, I need to tell you, we're doing a documentary on the 1977 parade. We already filmed. I was in California already. Me, Ken Sprague, Ken Waller, Dave Dupree, we were already talking about it.
Wow.
Remember Rudy Hermosillo? He used to work from Stone back then. He was a short guy. He won the teenage Mr. America that year.
Oh, Hermosillo, yeah.
Yeah, he was there too. And yes, it's actually we filmed some of the documentary already.
Wow.
And they never thought it was going to be that big. I mean, he had the idea. He says, "Hey, this would be great to have a Mr. America parade." Before the Mr. America Cup, and it would really get good PR.
He Bill,
I didn't know this until I was in San Francisco when he said it. He said, he didn't even have any, police thing. He didn't think it was going to be that big. It was like 3 cops.
Wow.
Just with for traffic. By the time the parade was arranged, he says, "Send the whole damn police department over here."
Well, Bill, it said that there was 250,000 people out there for that parade. But going back for a second, you mentioned Rudy Hermosillo. I remember him on the cover of Joe Weider's magazine, and Sprague had enough juice to have Sylvester Stallone show up to hand a trophy to him, because I think he was his bodyguard at the time. Did you know about any of that?
He worked for him. He sure did.
Right.
He sure did. Really, he did a great job. He had that connection with Stallone. He was there. And remember, don't forget Mae West. She was there.
Right.
Remember? It was absolutely fantastic. But before I get to her, I'm going to go back to the parade.
Okay.
I remember going up to the days of the parade. And I'll give you some real good details that most people probably don't know. But it was great. The day of the parade, we all came in. We went to the staging area. And, we'll get on the stuff and start going in. Now, I never knew how many people were there. I didn't think it was that many. I didn't think it was that many. But some of the statistics will bear it out. Do you know that parade was the second biggest parade in California besides the Rose Bowl parade?
I did know that. You know why, Bill? I have Randy Roach's triumvirate 3-volume books on muscle, smoke, and mirrors. There's parts about you in there, but he well chronicled this event. I think Sprague sold 100,000 programs, 250,000 people. He sold out not only 3,500 prejudging seats, but 3,500 night show seats. Everything was sold out. It was I don't think that's ever happened.
Oh yeah, it was the Santa Monica Civic Auditorium. I remember that's great. That was a great place, and sadly to say, it's closed down.
Really?
Nobody will put. They need donations. Nobody seems to be putting money in to revive that place.
Wow.
I mean, almost for concerts, and Santa Monica's a destination that people go to. Are you kidding me? They could be having, all kinds of concerts, but they're not. But the fact of the matter is we were there. It was sold out, and Ken King was back at the gym. He wasn't at the parade. The gym was still open. Ken told me it was a madhouse.
Really? At
Gold's Gym. They were selling so many T-shirts. It was unbelievable. There was so much cash in the board, they had to put it in the drawers. Then they had to pour the money into bags.
Wow. Hey, where was Grimkowski when that was going on?
I don't think he was there at the parade because so was Sergeant Brett, but they weren't. I didn't think they took a part in it.
Oh, because I know Pete had a big hand.
Big thing. He missed a big thing, man. It's history. It's a big history. My thing was I was on the cover of what was it, Dan Lurie's magazine.
Right.
I think it was the biggest marketing ploy that bodybuilding has ever been done, man.
Wow.
Done in the bodybuilding world. It was great. It was so. For me, and I'm sure for the rest of the guys. This is a thing that we had. It's not going to be redone again.
Never.
And it's so special having something like this and be a part of something so special like this.
Well, talking to you, I'm able to relive a little of it. But let me ask you a question. How was a guy like Ken Sprague looked at in the bodybuilding world when he did that? How it's a very bodybuilding is not known for its, there's a lot of jealousy. People don't necessarily want to see other people get ahead. There's a lot of narcissism. So what did a lot of the other promoters and organizations think about him doing something like this?
Well, I think at that particular time, they all loved it because it was a big boost. See, people have to understand, when you do stuff like that, don't hate on that guy, because what he's done, he's given it everybody publicity.
Right.
This was worldwide. So for me, that's the best thing you can do. It's like Arnold, doing the Arnold Classic.
Right.
Look how it has boosted everything. So you got to look at it as a milestone. There's no need to be jealous or angry with somebody. Be happy for them.
Right.
He's doing sport. He's not doing it. Of course he's going to get a financial gain. Of course he should. He did all his work for it.
Hey, Bill, I guarantee a successful guy like you thinks like this. You like to see other people do well because the environment, if it allows them to do well, it allows you to do well. You're already plugged in working hard. So you don't have any envy or avarice towards a person who's ahead of you because you know that the milieu or the environment will allow you to do that too. And that's the right thinking of it. Would you agree with that?
Yes, that's right. Like I keep saying, don't hate the player, hate the game.
That's right.
Don't be mad. He's doing exactly what you're trying to do. Maybe he devises a better way to get there.
Right.
So what? He got there.
Well, you mentioned Arnold yesterday, and you used that line, don't hate the player, hate the game. I think Arnold, sure, a lot of people look at him in an untoward way as far as what he did, but he wanted to get to that table where all the big-time people were sitting, and he had to play the game to get there, and some people are not willing to do that.
That's right, and in the movie industry, it's a game, baby. Now, I'll tell you how that works. Ken Sprague was the one that actually got me into the entertainment business. For my first time. It was him. He was so good to me, man. It helped me a lot. As a matter of fact, we had a big live show at the gym one time before the show. Was Dave Johns, and I can't remember who was one of the first Mr. Americas back in the day.
Oh well, geez. Well, you got Grimmick, you got Roland Essmaker, you got the old time guys. You're talking about in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Exactly.
well, Clancy Ross, Steve Reeves, Alan Steven, Harry Johnson, who's actually still alive. He's the oldest Mr. America, 92 years old. I think he won in '59. You got Bill Pearl. There's a line of them all. But are you trying to think of somebody in particular who was there involved with it?
Yeah, because we did the thing at Golden Show. We did a live, show about this, and it was really good. The Tom Snyder, remember the Tom Snyder show?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, I think it was a Tom Snyder. I think it was. I think it was him. One of these guys. So they interviewed us about the show, and that's how I got into. And Ken had a lot of connections, so he started me up, and I think it was great. He helped a lot of guys at the gym. I mean, that's what it was all about. Basically, helping other people with what they might be doing, and helping the whole group.
You know that, and obviously you know this, that Ken Sprague actually owned a Hollywood sound stage.
Yeah, that's right. He did. That's right.
And
he
that
was a pretty entrepreneur, man. He's real good, and he actually we talked about him. He wished he had never sold the gym.
Yes.
One of the reasons why he sold it, his wife had died by cancer.
Right.
And she was really the cornerstone of the gym. She was really doing a lot of the work.
Right.
And it took a lot of the steam out of Ken, but he was great. He was a great gym owner.
Do you know why he literally sold Golds to Pete Grimkowski and his group? Because his wife liked Pete Grimkowski. She liked him. Not in an amorous way. She just thought he was a good guy. And it's funny you mention that, and this will speak volumes for you, Bill. I was just talking to Pete, and Pete to this day regrets selling Golds because of what has happened to Golds. Now Golds is now they got rid of all the heavy dumbbells. They don't go above 60-pound dumbbells. You know what they did? They've gone really soft, and that speaks volumes. I mean, what do you think of that?
No, it's horrible. And listen, they were told not to show to sell it. Why would you sell something so successful as Gold's Gym? This is your whole passion. This is your life.
Yeah.
You should have that life.
Yep.
I mean, he was already making about $1.5 million before he sold it. At this point, if they were still doing what they were doing, he'd be probably making about $5 million a year.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
He regrets. I heard that he regrets selling it.
Yeah,
and it was really a bad move.
Connors
is doing. Did you know that?
What's that? Ed Connors?
Ed Connors is doing horrible.
Really?
He's almost broke.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know that. Wow.
This poor decision to sell that gym.
Wow.
And he really thought he was going to keep working with him. They threw him out. They fired him. They asked him, "What do you do here?" he couldn't tell them. They told him, "Get out, man."
Wow.
After a year, they threw him out. I would never sold.
You mentioned regret a little earlier. I think one of the goals and keys, and if you're lucky, if you get to be an old man and you look back over the cooling embers of your life, hopefully you don't have too many regrets. I mean, you're going to have some, but you want to have more victories than losses, and that's a life well lived. But when you make sometimes they're backbreakers, and you just can't shake them. I mean, something like that.
You can't shake that. I mean, he was the towering figure of bodybuilding. Gold's Gym was now think about it. It's all thanks to Ken Sprague, who started the ball rolling.
Right. Hey, I want to ask you. I want to put two things in front of you. One kind of brief, and the other one maybe you could expound on a little. The first one, and let me just finish before you answer. The first one is Mae West, your interaction with her. The second one is when Arnold and Joe Gold instigated the development of World Gym. There was an exodus of all the bodybuilders, the core guys from Gold's over the worlds. Were you one of them, and what did you think of that? So you could tell me about Mae West first, if you would, Bill.
All right, Mae West was great, man. I mean, I had the opportunity because Ken Sprague put me in a a great line. He said, Bill, okay, you're going to take care of Mae West. You're going to bring her out on stage. You're going to stay with her, until it's all good, okay?
Wow.
I said, wow, really? Holy shit, man. Mae West? I was playing record every day, man. It was absolutely fantastic, and she was the Mae West that you really know, because this is what happened when she came out on stage. They called the winner, Dave Johns. She came out, gave him the award, and she says, "Oh, is that a good in your pocket? You're just happy to see me, you big boy." Slow down, man. Can you imagine? You're standing on a stage with your fucking trunks on, and your pocket, or you're just happy to see me. I would have shown up, man.
Hey, Bill,
that was her favorite line, that was her famous line.
Oh, I know. How did Dave Johns take that? Did he pretty much take it with equanimity and a laugh, or?
Oh yeah, he was laughing, he was smiling, but he looked a little embarrassed. He was so I was so like, I went to 5,000 people standing there, and so a woman says, "Is that a gun in your pocket, or you're just happy to see me, you big boy?"
Hey, Bill. At the time was
man, I'm telling you, bodybuilding was really on the rise. I don't know what the hell happened to it. I mean, didn't it seem like we were rocketing to the top, man? Like we're gonna have $1 million prizes in no time.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, we'll get into that in a second. As far as the degradation and the crumbling that's happened, and what's going on now. But Mae West, one more thing. At the time, in 1977, was she a real old lady? Was she infirm, or was she still acting in any performances or anything, or was she pretty much retired?
Yeah, she was pretty much retired, but she still looked great. I mean, of course, she had to have a lot of makeup on. I mean, to make herself look good, but she looked great. She was a gracious old lady, really nice, polite to everybody, just a great woman. And guess what? I was so happy that I had the opportunity to stand next to her. Wow. As a matter of fact, even be a part of the show with her. Wow, I mean, listen, I had some great things, Mike. I mean, my life wasn't bad. It was great. Those were my golden years. Right. I can tell you right now. Those were the best years I think I ever had. Like, I brought none. I mean, I went there in 1965, and I'm telling you, it was great. I went back 2 or 3 times. Most people don't understand. The first couple of times I went, I starved to death, man.
Wow.
I literally starved to death, man. When I was going to Los Angeles City College, and that's when I got married, 1966. But I was determined. I'm going to make a career of bodybuilding.
Right.
I came back to Jersey.
Hey, Bill, hold on one second. I remember reading in the mags at one point Bill Grant was very busy during the show because he had to run back to his airline job. Did you work for an airline back then?
I used to work for United Airlines for over 10 years.
Oh, okay. All right, so I was right about that.
That's how I moved back to California again. I started working at Newark Airport, and I said, wait a minute. Jeez, United Airlines, it's an airline, right? They go everywhere. They can go to Los Angeles. I can go there to work. I said, hell now, let me put in a transfer. So I told the manager, so listen, I want to put in for a transfer. I want to go to LA. So, hey, give me the papers. I did it. Listen, you're going to make a transfer somewhere. You have to start preparing, get ready,
Right.
I put it out, and a month later it came out. I said, ready? I said, wow, I was ready for 1 month, man.
Nice.
They says, well, guess what? If you don't take this spot now, you might not get it for another year. So, okay, I'll take it.
Wow.
I packed and left, man.
And you were married at this time, because I cut you off earlier. I'm sorry. Yeah. You were married.
But what I did was my wife and kids stayed here for a while, and then I got an apartment, got all set up, and then I bought them out. They're only back here for a month. Okay. I got everything set up in a month.
Nice.
But that was the best. That was the pinnacle of my life right there. That's where starting to go. I was right there. I was entrenched. I had a job, and I used to tell guys, do not come to LA unless you have a job.
Hey, Bill.
Otherwise, you'll be in trouble.
Bill, here's the thing. At the time, you look back now and you realize what a great time it was, but when you were in it at that time, did you know that you were experiencing something profound in your life, or did you think this was just something that was going to pass?
Oh, no. I knew that was the time. I knew it. I saw it. I visualized it. I knew it. I just knew it. I said, this is it. When I had the job with me and I had to go in, that says, now I got it. I got a job. Now I don't have to worry about money. I can take care of myself. I can work out and do everything I need to do. Gosh, great, you're working, you should be, man, I got a job.
Hey, Bill, that's something I got to bring up because that's very important what you're saying now. Nowadays, there's a lot of, it seems like there's some guys who, they have an aversion to actual work because they feel they have to train all the time, eat volumes of food, sleep, and okay, that's fine. But back then, other than Arnold, apparently he came out, Joe gave him $200 a week, gave him an apartment, gave him a VW Bug. Now, let me ask you, you set yourself up like that, you were very fastidious, you had a family, you were responsible, you got an apartment, you got a job. But did Joe help you at all? Did he give you a contract? Was there any type of agreement between you and him when you went out?
Well, good. I'm glad you asked that question. Yes, at one point, he was giving me money every month, but it wasn't a lot. But I just had to talk into the tape and he'd get $150. And I was still working at the same time when I was getting money from him. He was actually paying my... So things were good for me, man. I had a brand new car, man. I had money to burn. I was putting money in the bank. Hey, it was great.
Bill, you know what that sounds like? When I was I went to college for, they have several degrees. I went to college for a long time. And, I lived very well when I was in college, but when I was first out of college, I was like, wow, man, the real world is harsh. It's hard. It's a hard world to go out there and carve something. But, going back to Joe and working with him, because you hear so many people speak disparagingly, but just the fact that, he did give you a platform, obviously, to compete and the opportunity. But you mentioned you talked into the microphone. Those articles we'd read all the time, did you ever write any of them personally, or how did that all work? Were most of those ghost written?
No, Rick Wayne did mostly all of them.
He did.
Rick Wayne was great. He did just about everything when we came to that.
How about Dick Tyler? Dick Tyler too?
No, he wasn't. I don't think when I was getting really started on that level, Dick Tyler wasn't there anymore.
Oh, okay, all right, but
I remember, but he wasn't there. It was a new transition. Who was there now too, especially for photography wise, was
Gene Mosé.
Gene Mosé.
Art Zeller. Hey, I've got to give you this one. Mike Katz took me to his bodybuilding camp when I was 15 back in 1978 here in Connecticut, and it was the Mike Katz Robbie Robinson bodybuilding camp, and I'm in Robbie's classroom, and I asked Robbie, hey, Robbie, I was reading this magazine, and you were talking about so-and-so, and I asked him a question about the article, and Robbie Robbie laughed. He said, hey, man, I'm working out, and Joe just comes in the gym, and I didn't even know he's standing there, but he puts his hand on my shoulder, and they take a picture, and a month later, I see it in the magazine, and the subtitle says, here's Joe Weider showing Robbie how to peak the peak. And Robbie's laughing. He's like, man, Joe Weider didn't show me how to peak no peak.
Joe did do things like that once in a while.
Right.
It was always the Weider, way to train you. But it was great, man. I didn't even care about it.
Oh no, I didn't care either. I thought it was funny.
I looked at it and says, hey, the more you're up to Joe with a picture, now the more famous you are.
Right.
Because now it's like, wow, man, he's buddies with Joe Weider, man, he's great. So for me, I love to take pictures with Joe, man. It was great, man. It just solidified who you really were. I just take pictures with anybody,
Hey, Bill, is it true, though, I have heard from many different guys and sources that Joe was very, very good at helping guys pose and how to position yourself and how to show yourself at the best advantage. Is that true?
Unbelievable, yes. He was at every photo shoot. He took charge of those photo shoots. Okay, he says, I'll tell you, lock the back away. Twist over more. Hold it now. Squeeze it. Okay, I'll take the picture. Joe, he was the master at it, man. He'd make you pose and squeeze until the shit was going to pop out. Because that's what he was. When you hit it, you want to see the veins. He wants to really see that body. He was really good at it. It was tiresome.
Hey, Bill.
Sessions with him, man. You'd be exhausted.
Bill, you know what I think I'm gonna. You know what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a contest, an online contest, and what it's gonna be is, it's gonna be you versus Samir Banu versus Roger Callard as to who does the best Joe Weider impersonation. Because it's between you three. It's between you three. It's really very good.
So you heard us all there, right?
What's that?
You heard them all say it too now, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow, man, it was so great. Joe just had a distinctive voice, man. I used to love it. Oh, Bill, what's going on now? Where are you going? What are you going to do? Don't just take a little bit. It was great, man. I just love being around Joe Weider, man. I wish he was still here.
Yeah.
I really do, man.
He's one guy.
Take charge of what's going on. We wouldn't have all this bull crap going on now. Now Joe is saying, no, we're not going to do all this stuff, man.
Well, before we get into Arnold and Joe Gold starting Worlds, and then I want to talk about pumping iron a little. What do you think about? Did you hear what Arnold said last year after the Olympia? He said we've got to do something. I'm going to paraphrase what he said. We've got to do something about these big guts.
I remember seeing that video. Yes, and he was pretty. It looked like he was pretty upset about what was going on.
Yeah.
It really was. I mean, you have to think about all this. Between 70, 71 to 75, 77, we broke our butts to, look good and have the crowds, enjoy bodybuilding. We built it up really, really big. Joe built it, and now all of a sudden, now look what people say about it.
Right.
We put the stage where they didn't like it, then we had the stage where it was like, wow, we were the darlings of Hollywood, and now we're dropped off again.
Right. Do you think it's beyond repair, Bill?
No, I don't think so. As long as Arnold's around, I think it's still repair. I just think Arnold's just sitting back and seeing what's going on. I mean, but he's the guy that's really. I mean, now he's got bodybuilding shows worldwide.
Yep.
Brazil show, Japan. You go to Australia, the Russian one, the Spanish one.
Brazil.
I mean, Arnold's like Arnold's the new Joe Weider.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, Bill, what did you think about what Phil Heath, our president, Mr. Olympia, said when Arnold brought that up, and Phil's retort, and I didn't, I don't know exactly what he said, but he basically inferred that Arnold had no legs. Now, all right. Here it is. I'm just going to give you Arnold. You trained with Arnold. I mean, you're of Arnold. I'm just going to give you my take on this. Arnold is why you and I are talking right now. That's why we're even together doing this. And listen. Number one, I don't think he has no legs. Had no legs. I think I think his body is. I think his rendition of his body is the best in human history. I'll leave it at that. But just the wanton disrespect. I mean, doesn't Phil understand this is how he's making money now through what this guy has done? I mean, what do you think of that?
It's an idiot. I mean, the nerve of him to say something like that. The man that that's the reason why he's there.
Right.
He's there because of Arnold. These guys just don't get it, man. They're so disrespectful, man. How dare him talk about Arnold like that? I mean, unbelievable. Jesus crap over, man. Hey, listen. Last year, he doesn't understand. The last Olympia, he shouldn't have won it.
No.
He didn't look good at all. He did not look at all. And I'm telling you, I think next year he's going to look even worse.
Bill, were you there?
No, I wasn't there. I just looked at all the video and the pictures, and I could see he looked a lot different than he looked last year. He was soft. Wow. And I think what's happening, all we're doing, is starting to backfire now.
Yeah.
It's starting to backfire. And I mentioned the next couple of years, he's going to be falling right off.
Well, you know, I thought that guy Roden looked really good. He's got the tight waist, you know.
Arnold was pissed off.
Was he?
That not winning that his show either. That's right.
No kidding.
I'm telling you, it's going to change. These guys don't get it. Now you see what's happening here. Now the NPC made this classic physique thing.
Right.
I don't think they did it because they wanted it to do it. Why didn't they do it before?
Right.
So Arnold got pissed off. Then all of a sudden, we better change this shit up, man. Oh yeah, Arnold put the fear in him.
You know, Bill, something you just.
I'm sticking right behind him too with it.
Well, we really need guys like you saying this, because you still carry a heavy-handed, just a heavy modicum of respect from guys like you. But something you said earlier, these guys just don't get it. I'm just quoting what you just said, that sentence right there. These guys just don't get it. And I'll finish a sentence that all roads still go through Arnold. And when you kind of poke the tiger with a stick like Phil did, it's not going to end well for him. Now, some people say, "Oh, I'm a hater." I don't even know what the hell that means, a hater. I'm just talking about logistics, mechanics, how business works, how you're supposed to carry yourself. I don't care what the guy looks like. You know, I couldn't probably even pick him out for the most part among all these guys. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about carrying yourself with a certain composure, a certain comportment, like you guys did. You guys carried yourself with a plum back in the day. Would you agree? Would you say that's true, Bill?
Oh, totally. I mean, listen, doesn't he understand who's kind of running the magazines? It's the ones that you have to be in to promote yourself.
Right.
I mean, look at the magazine. Look at the title Arnold has. What does Phil Heath think he is doing?
I have no idea.
It's not going to end good for him.
Well, you know, Phil, Bill. Believe it or not, I think I hear this sometimes. I get this thrown at me. I'm 52. They'll call you, you're an old guy or whatever, and maybe they're thinking that about Arnold. Arnold's old and tired. But you know, there's this meme that floats around on the World Wide Web here, and it's a picture of an old Viking. And you'll like this, Bill. The subtitle on the picture is, "I'm old for a reason," meaning, the guy has been through the wars. You know, he knows what it's all about. He knows how to survive. So, this disrespect because you're trying to cast somebody aside because they're old, it's lunacy.
It is, I'm telling you. Hey, we're getting old and gray because we made it this long.
That's absolutely.
These guys don't make it this long.
It beats the alternative, Bill. It beats the alternative. Hey, so tell me what happened. Yeah. What happened when Joe Gold and Arnold started the exodus from Gold's and went over to, they started Worlds. Were you part of that crew?
No, I wasn't. I was so hooked into Gold's, man. I just couldn't leave. I was kind of like loyal to Gold's. I mean, I know Joe Gold built it, but that plan right there that he had, I was just so used to it, and plus the fact that I got a lot of help from Ken Spray.
Right.
So you're not gonna bite the hand that feeds you.
Loyalty.
So, but a lot of guys went over, but then a lot of people came back too. They traded both places now. Right. Go to Gold's and then go to Worlds. The one thing I did like at Worlds, he had that balcony outside where you could train outside.
I remember that.
That was absolutely fantastic, man. Wow. Nice. Can you imagine training outside with you're 2 blocks off the beach? Oh man, let me tell you, these were those were the golden years, man.
They really were.
Like absolutely. I mean, it's a dream come true.
Hey, Bill, if I told you there was a place that I could take you to that was just like that, would you go?
Yeah, you got a place like that?
No, I'm just messing with you. That's a line from Field of Dreams. There ain't no place, bro. I can't do it. I've got some skills, but they don't include anything like that. Hey, so tell me, when George Butler arrived with his cameras and pumping iron, that must have been a very electric time.
Yeah, that was an electric time, man. I was thinking, wow, what the hell are they doing, man? And these guys are filming a big movie. I said, wow, maybe it'll work. I mean, you know, in this industry, in the entertainment industry, it's all about timing. It's all about the timing. And Arnold was really in the right place at the right time, and he was the right person. For all this to take place, it's like casting for a movie.
Right.
You know, at the star of a movie. You know, who's going to be the best person that's going to make this movie go? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And Arnold, the best specimen to do pumping iron. He was made for it, and it was great. It was absolutely fantastic.
George Butler told me, he said that he wanted to do the movie, but he approached Arnold and said, listen, we can't do it without you. Because Arnold, and you know all of this, I'm sure, was pretty much very tired at that point after his 5th win of the Olympia. And I guess he wanted to hand the ball off to somebody else. And he wanted to go on to the movies. But George
didn't want to go anymore. I mean, let's put it this way. All for me, it's like, that's a great idea. It's like any professional sports. You want to go in, you want to bang, bang, bang. You want to do as much as you can get, but you want to come out unscathed.
Right.
You don't want to be all in half dead. That's what he did. Smart move.
Right.
That was a smart move. Hey, listen, where else could he go with bodybuilding? He already won the Olympia, 7 times already?
Right.
What else were you going to do? And so he said, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I went to the pinnacle of bodybuilding, and I'm the best in my game. So let me transition over now to the movies, where I really want to be.
Hey, Bill, you know, it was said that Joe Weider really, Dave Draper was the man. He was the blonde guy on the beach, the gigantic build, good looking. And Joe would have loved for him to be the vehicle to bring bodybuilding to worldwide recognition. Yeah. But Dave didn't want it. And then Arnold came along and he wanted it, so he plugged Arnold in. Does that sound about right? Yeah,
Dave was very shy. And I think after a while he got really, he was shy. He just couldn't do it anymore. But
right.
He was the guy. When Arnold came there, Arnold was behind Dave Draper.
Right.
I mean, Dave Draper was the face of bodybuilding.
Right.
And knowing Arnold, it's like the game, see? You don't hate the game. You don't hate the play. You don't hate the game.
That's right.
Arnold, just a player in the game. And he knew how to play, and he knew what you had to do to get there.
Hey, Bill, if there was no, this is kind of a weird question. If there was no Arnold, I don't know. I mean, do you think there would have been somebody else like him, or it would have just been a totally different deal?
I don't know what would happen at all. I mean, it's just destiny. It was destiny for Arnold, and I don't think anybody else, not including me, I don't think we could have carried it like that with Arnold. Not saying I can't, but I think that was he was the vehicle.
Right.
He was made. He was built for it. It's like building a racing car that no other car is going to be. Even though they go real fast, this is the unique car.
Right.
And that's what it is. And Arnold was just very, very unique.
Hey, Bill, let's. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to make sure we get to everything. So many things I want to talk about. Hey, Bill, let's talk about your body parts for a second. A man and his body parts. I'm going to go on a limb, and my opinion, you have among the best biceps, abdominals, and back development in history. I don't know. I would imagine you probably agree, or at least think those are your strong points. Your bicep. Well, your bicep is very reminiscent of Larry Scott, where it's just a huge. It goes from the cubital fossa, which is the inside of your elbow, right up to your shoulder. It's a very full, and it's got, and not only that, it's got a very good peak. It reminds me a lot of Scott. Now, what did Arnold? Did you train arms with Arnold at all? Because of course he had the great arms as well.
Well, we trained a little together, but I couldn't train the same program he did. He trained with Denny Gable,
okay,
and when Corny came down, he trained with him. But I couldn't train 6 days a week. My metabolism was too fast.
Really?
I tried to train with Arnold one time for about a week. I couldn't do it.
What happened?
My body weight went down.
Really?
Weight went right down. I just couldn't do it.
Was it the volume, or did you feel pain in the joints, or what was it?
No, it was just the fact that it was just I couldn't recover from one workout to the other. 6 days a week didn't work for me.
Wow.
I wasn't recovering, so I went to 4: Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off. Saturday and Sunday off. But sometimes on Saturdays, I would come in and try and work on parts that I really needed to work on.
Right.
And I didn't do it all the time, but I thrived on 4 times a week. Well, that was the training program.
What about what did you do any? Now you hear about. I've read. I've talked to Frank Zane. He would do he would do Roman chair sit-ups for up to 2 hours. Zabo Kazuski would he wouldn't even count. He would go by time for his abs. Your abs like Tenorino. I think those are 4 of the best sets of abs ever that I just mentioned. What did you do for those abs? And I mean, was it an incident from? Did they arise from training, or was that just the way your body developed?
Well, like I said, I was real small and very lean when I first started. I was already ripped before I even started. Listen, I had great genes. My body just was there. I mean, when Arnold talked about it, and he said up, in an article, and people thought he was full of crap. He says it's about the genes, and he's not lying.
Right.
Because they kept thinking, hey, he's using that. That's how he got big. And he wasn't taking anything. But Arnold trained like crazy, but he had the genes, and that's, I think, what I had to a gene pool. That was really good.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I got bigger. I gained weight up to the show. I got bigger instead of going down. And I got more ripped. It was unbelievable. Listen, I was blessed with that. I'm glad. Now, I don't know whether I would have made it if I had to keep dieting, and doing those other things. It came very easy to me. It came easy to me, all of this stuff.
Wow.
It really came easy. As long as I trained hard, man, I grew. And I trained hard. There was no thing about it, man. I knew I had to do it. Otherwise, I wasn't going to get there.
Hey,
and
Bill.
Arnold was in pumping iron when he says, remember that scene where he was doing low rows, then they switch over to Louis training?
Yes.
And when he says, if you're training, your competition might be training a little bit harder. He's right.
Wow.
All those things, all those little tips and things we said back in the day, I think they really rang true to everybody. They understood it.
Hey, Bill, let me ask you, as far as your own training, because I've heard this about Arnold, were you really pristine and exacting and conscientious in doing the exercise correctly, meaning full extension, full contraction, not jerking the weight, not cheating, truly targeting the muscle? Were you very focused on training that way?
That's right. That's the way I was taught. You got a good form. If you're not having that, it's not working. Full range of motion. I see people training a lot of times with no full range. Sometimes you can do exercises like that, but you can't do it all the time.
Right.
Just like, you watch them see bench presses, like they don't even go lock out. I mean, they don't even go to full extension. I mean, you're not really building the body and that muscle unless you are. You're really cheating yourself by not going full range motion.
Sometimes, Bill, I see people do that, and I say to myself, well, if their goal is to get no results or get injured, they're well on their way. I mean, I don't mean to be mean. Listen, when I was in practice as a chiropractor for almost 20 years, I'd have people come plenty of times and they'd say, hey, I'm at the gym, I'm doing this and this and this, and I'm not getting any results, or so on and so forth. Every so often, I'd be able to watch them. Maybe I'd be at the gym and I'd be on a cardio deck and I'd be watching them. And yeah, they're in the gym, but they're talking on the phone, they're sitting down, their set is like a heartless pantomime, there's no effort. Their head is just not there. So their interpretation is, I'm in the gym and I'm not getting results. But going in the gym just going there is not enough, is it?
Exactly. You have to be prepared when you go to the gym. You got to be focused. You got to know what you're going to do, and you got to be prepared to work hard. And the fact of the matter is there's no time and space to be looking at your damn phone, just texting, looking at Facebook. When you go to the gym, you're in the training.
Right.
I watch that in the gym's content. What what the hell are they doing? They're doing set, and then they're looking at their phone, and they're going this and that. So how are you going to focus when you do a set, and now you're focusing on something else? And it doesn't work that way. And these are the people that don't get any, they don't get any results, and they're bitching and moaning.
Hey Bill, I gotta ask you this because I've talked to a couple other top guys like you, and you'll be able to enjoy their interviews. We talk about this as far as the culture now, the kids, and I'm really hoping that when I ask you this, you say yes. Do you feel that you're respected when you're in the gym, being who you are? I'm sure you don't expect to be treated any differently, but do people afford you respect and the command that you deserve? Especially the younger people, if they know who you are. I mean, do you get that sense, or?
A lot of them do. They are very respectful. I mean, there's a couple of guys in there, Mr. Grant, but that's funny, Bill, man. Jeez, but no, they're very respectful, man. It feels good. I mean, they really recognize who you are, what you've done, and they know that, hey, this guy was here before us.
Right.
And it's great. It's nice to have that. It really is.
Well,
and a lot of people are. Some people don't even know who most people are anyway.
Oh, yeah, and that's not even the point, because I really think everybody should be respected and given the same sway and whatnot. But even still, I would defer to you. I mean, I don't know. I might have told you this story or somebody else, but a friend of mine and I, we were banging out T-bar rows a couple of years back, and we've been around a long time, we're in good shape, and this young girl comes traipsing by, and she just quickly says, "Oh, you're doing those wrong," and she just keeps walking. So I looked at my friend and I said, "Well, I guess Frank Zane's been doing these wrong for 50 years, because he's the one who showed me how to do them." But that's
and that's why he's the Olympian.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's my point. In other words, everybody's the same, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to. If Bill Grant tells me how to build my bicep, I'm not going to tell Bill Grant, "Oh, you don't. What do you know, old man?" I don't mean anything bad by that, but there's people who think that way these days.
Yeah. Well, because you don't have it anymore, and you're not a huge level before. What can you do? Yeah, you're not going to have that when you get my age. Sure, you better hope you're going to still be alive when you get my age.
That's right.
You're going to look different. But I'm still in shape. I'm just trying to give you a tip. This is the way I got them that way. Okay, they don't look like that totally now, but that's how I got it. So that's why I'm trying to tell you about it. If you don't want it, hey, who cares?
Hey, Bill, I can talk to you forever, and I'm serious about coming out, and maybe we could do a bicep workout and film it for my video stream here on the site. That might be fun. We could do that in the future. But I do want to ask you a question. And you could give us some parting shots if you want, but give me your 3. If you were only allowed to do for the rest of your life 3 exercises in the gym, what would they be?
Oh, I think I told you the other day: squats, dips, and chins.
Right, I knew that. You did say that, right? And I'd allow you the pullovers too as a 4th. How's that? Because I knew you want.
If that's all I had to do, I'm going to be in good shape. Like I told you, I gained about 25 pounds from doing that workout. Let me tell you, I'm so thankful for that guy, man. It helped me.
Coil, right? Hey, Bill.
Well,
so
he makes equipment, and he's got some of the best equipment. You should see. He's got a squat machine. Matter of fact, Larry Scott was selling it for him.
Really?
As well. Larry Scott endorsed it. I did. What a squat machine! It enabled the people to work out with squats without having any pain in their knees or their lower back.
Wow. I use Frank Zane's leg blaster, which is similar. I don't know if you ever tried that, but we actually have one in our gym. It's fantastic. But those 3 exercises, the squat, chin, and bench, you would say basically all around hit most of all body parts.
That's it. Every body part's going to get hit. If you had a little gym in your house and that's all you could do, you got a bench, some squat racks, sitting bar, you're good to go.
Bill, tell me about your 4. You got 4 kids and you got some grandkids too, I believe.
Yeah, I have 4 kids. One just graduated from at William Patterson University.
Wow.
He works for Atlantic Records in New York now.
Wow.
His cousin got him in, which is real good. That's great.
Nice.
He's doing digital marketing, which is real good. And I have 3 other kids, so they live in Europe. And
Wow.
one has a company in Europe, but his brothers work with him too a little. And these kids are great, man.
Good.
And 9 grandkids. Wow, jeez.
Wow.
Absolutely fantastic. They really took care of me when I was really sick. I needed a lot of help.
You know, Bill. In the end, life is all that matters. And I also want to thank you for producing good kids. You want to know why? They'll pay into Social Security, and you and I will get some.
Yes.
That's kind of a joke, but
it's unbelievable, man. I mean, I was stuck, man. I couldn't work for 2.5 years.
You were saying that.
And I had kids that really were concerned. They'd fly over to see me, come be with me. It's unbelievable, man.
Wow.
I mean, this is really fantastic. I mean, absolutely great. At the end of the day, I tell most people, I said, when it's all said and done, you got a few friends in your family.
That's right.
Tell people, your family, man, and take care of your good friends, and you'll be good. But people sometimes just don't get that, man. Sometimes it takes a while, Mike, for things to happen, quite a lot of times, and then they realize, oh man, my family's the only one that help me, and a few friends. That's it. What's going on here? That's the way it is.
Hey,
That's
Bill.
the way it is, man.
Bill, something just popped into my head. I got a little bit of a bone to pick with you. Many years ago, in Weider's magazine, when I was a kid, I bought a tank top that you and Roger Callard were modeling. Those blue and red tank. And you know what, Bill? I didn't look like you, man. I didn't look like you when I put it on, my man.
I remember when me and Roger were doing that photo shoot. I can't believe you're talking about that one.
Oh yeah.
Wow, man, you got a great memory for all this stuff.
Well,
it's absolutely. Let me tell you, those are some fun days. Mike, if I could get back to them again, I would go. I mean, again, the camaraderie was fantastic. We were like a family.
Yeah.
We were all like a family.
Yep.
It was really good, man. But then you could kind of see, as it's going into at the end game, you can see where guys were moving. They're not here now. Now they're somewhere else.
Right.
It's kind of a bittersweet type thing.
Yeah.
It's great. You're all these guys together. We're friends. It's like these guys in football, professional football. They're season after season after season. Maybe 7-10 years, and all of a sudden they're done. Their friends are leaving.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to movie. They're moving to different states and places like that. And sometimes it's sad, man, because that routine isn't there anymore. Those people that supported you and you supported them aren't there.
Yeah.
It was like a big family.
It's
and
tough.
that's like what bodybuilding was. And when I think about it, sometimes it's like, wow, I mean, you have to move on. I mean, life goes on. But you can really still, kind of reminisce those days. And I do reminisce those days a lot because I really liked them.
Hey, Bill, my limit, I could keep talking, but my limit as far as recording is about 2 more minutes. So tell me what's on the horizon. I know you're training people now. Is there anything on the horizon that you're working on, or just going to keep progressing? Or what?
I do have something I'm working on right now. Like I said, they're doing that documentary about the parade.
Right.
There's something else I'm doing, but I'm not at liberty to talk about it. It could be big if it really works.
Good.
It really did. It really will. But also I like to tell people can go to the signaturegym.com and they can see the information about me, the video I did. I work there in Jersey. So all the bodybuilders in the Jersey area need some training, they can catch me at Signature Gym.
Bill, hold on, Bill. That's SIGNATUREGYM.com. Signature Gym.
SIGNATURE.
Hey, Bill, when I put this up, we'll put a link up to that too, so people can contact you.
And you can do the same thing. Now, if you're living in the New York area, you want to get trained, you want to get in shape for shows. That's Iron and Self Fitness.
Iron.
And they can go to their website, IronandSelfFitness.com.
Okay.
And that was located on 3rd Street on the Lower East Side in Manhattan, between Avenues A and B. Matter of fact, it's 155 3rd Street. It's a great, it's a personal gym. It's not a regular gym. It's a personal training center where it's by appointment only. But we do real good work there, man.
Well, I'll make sure. Listen, we're gonna this will be very, very heavily trafficked because it's a worldwide site that I produced here. So we'll get people from all over. And again, there's a lot of people in the Northeast who will see this, and the tri-state area, and it's certainly not far to train and meet up with someone of your caliber. But that's fantastic, and you're feeling well, and you're working out hard all the time.
Oh yeah, I feel real good. Like I said, I feel better than I did 30 years ago. Serious, my system is really cleaned out now. I changed everything, and I have more energy. I feel better than I ever been before. I have no joint pain. This is it. I have no joint pain. My shoulders don't pain. My knees aren't hurting. I can squat. I can still squat.
That's amazing. And do you? You do still squat?
I do squat. I still squat. I don't use a lot of weight, but I can squat. I'm still more flexible enough to do it, but I'm a little tight, so I'm going to start getting we have a stretching class there, so the girl that does it, they're going to start stretching me out a little. Nice. So I can be even more efficient.
Hey, Bill.
I love training. This is my whole life, man. I love training, man. I can't, I never just started training just for shows and didn't take off. I trained because I wanted to look good.
Right.
An afterthought. The competitions were. So I always loved bodybuilding, period. It wasn't just to win a show. That wasn't my goal.
Right. I think the contest is something you just happen to do anyhow, right? You would have trained anyway.
Exactly. Like, this is great, man. I'm glad I had a chance to talk to you.
Bill, listen, this is the best.
I really like talking about bodybuilding.
Well, Bill,
I really do. Bodybuilding.
I'm serious. We'll work out something where I can come out. We can film a workout if you want, bicep or arm workout, and I think the people would love to see that. And I've been working hard, man. I've been working hard for a couple of years now. I'm getting in pretty good shape, I think. I'll still be very diminished standing next to you, but that's fine. But listen, you're just a real gift to the to bodybuilding, and one of the top guys in my eyes. And I could still remember articles and the pages they were on, reading about you and Corny and Padilla and Zane and Coe and all those guys. I just want to thank you once again because you're really helping me out and helping a lot of people out with this information. And we'll have you back on again, Bill. But I want to thank you. I want to thank you again.
What I was on was a wide. I had to get everything set up to do it, but now I did it. It's so good. Yes, I'm ready to do it again.
Awesome. Hey, Bill, you be well, my friend. We'll talk soon, and I'll shoot you a message as far as when you'll see this up and how you can get you log on and watch everything and talk to the people. Okay.
Hey, all right, very good, Mike.
All right,
Thank
Bill.
you very much.
Be well, my friend. Take care.
Okay, you take care and have a good one. Okay.
Yes, sir.